Let's talk about reverse engineering songs. You know, we've covered getting the right genre and understanding casting, but I've always felt that if somebody wants to write a hit in a certain market, that they should take apart other songs that are hits and see what works. So can you elaborate on reverse engineering?
It's probably the best and fastest way to learn what makes a hit in your genre. You can take a hit song in a genre and take a look at how the hit song creates the effect it does. Choose a song that you like, that you respond to, that you like hearing over and over again, and watch your own reactions. Play the song and notice, where do you get pulled into the song? What's the moment of the song that you like the best, that you respond to emotionally with the most strength?
How do you annotate that? How do you write it down on a legal pad?
Oh yeah, I'll print out the lyrics. I go to a legal lyric site like yahoo.com, music.yahoo.com/lyrics, and I go find the lyrics, and then I'll make notes on it. I'll say, okay, so here's the first line. Oh, I love where the chorus comes in. I love that moment in this song. I love that moment every time it happens, and I want to hear it again. So I'll make a note, on that piece of paper and just say, notice what's happening here.
What about somebody who's skeptical and thinks that reverse engineering a song is basically just copying what somebody else has done?
Oh, no. What you're doing is learning the song craft that makes that song effective. Then you're going to take that song craft and make it your own. You're not going to be stuck imitating that song. You're going to say, how did they create that effect? And now, how can I use that to create the effect I want? There's an analogy that I use. Again, I like to step away from the songwriting for a moment because I think it gives us better perspective. Leonardo da Vinci used the color blue, and Michelangelo used the color blue. But nobody ever accuses Michelangelo of copying Leonardo da Vinci because they both used the color blue. It was how they used it and what they did with it. So if you hear a song, I love the opening line of the song Apologize by One Republic. I love the way he says, it's too late to apologize, it's too late. It has that little interval jump up where he leaps up about 5 notes. And he goes into this kind of softer voice. And all of a sudden, you just realize how emotionally vulnerable the singer is. Even while he's singing the words, it's too late. I looked at that, believe me, and that's how I came out with, look what he's doing. He's saying it's too late at the same time he's being vulnerable. And how's he doing that? The melody is jumping up, and it's doing it in a way that's taking him to a higher range of his voice. I want to do that. But I'm not going to say at that moment of my song, it's too late to apologize. I'm not going to do that at all. But I might want to use that little idea of jumping up into your softer voice on a particular word of my song where it's saying, and I'm strong enough to get over you. It's just an idea, but it's something that I might want to have there as a choice when I'm writing. So if I look at hit songs and I reverse engineer my own responses to that song, so I see what they're doing that's making me react that way. Then when I go to write my own song and I want my listeners to react that way, I might test out a few of those things and just see which one works, and if something jumps out at me as something I want to keep in my song and use it, then all the work I did studying hit songs and reverse engineering and pulling out those ideas pays off for me in my own way when I go to write my song.
I would imagine that almost all the big hit songwriters have done it. This
Absolutely.
is not some cheap way out. This is a technique that's worked tried and true over and over again.
How else?
Yeah.
This is so important.
Learn from the best.
How else? Exactly. How else would you grow as a songwriter? You know what happens? That's very interesting. People in your early teens to late teens, we absorb the music we're hearing all around us like a sponge. As we get a little older, we don't absorb things so fast. And they kind of bounce off us. And so the things we heard when we were in our teens become embedded. And in a way, they become the habits that we use. Those are the choices that we have when we go to write a song. We just fall back on the choices that occur to us.
Great point. So we need to expand our
those
repertoire
choices.
of choices.
And because we don't do it automatically like we did when we were teens, we have to actually say, I'm going to do that now. And that means listening to a single song over and over, many times maybe, and analyzing it and playing it, learning it, writing your own lyrics to that song, getting the feel for it. Because that's how you embed new habits, so that when you go to write a song, you're going to be you're going to have new choices available to you just as readily as those old choices. And the big mistake that people make is that they think that those old choices that they embedded without any effort are their authentic voice. And that's not your authentic voice. It's just the habits that you have that occur to you naturally. Make some new habits. That's what I tell people. Get some new habits. Get out there and study some new songs and embed that in yourself, so that those habits occur to you. And those are the more contemporary sounding songs that you'll write.
That's a great point.